All right, hey folks, it's Robin Robbins here, founder of technologymarketingtoolkit.com. I'm here with Roy Barnier. I'm going to say it wrong.
You said it correct.
Pretty close, right? With
Yeah.
Signet, and I've done other videos with you before, and it's always a pleasure to have you here. And we're going to be talking about how an MSP can more than double your profits while simplifying operations when delivering cybersecurity protections to your clients, right? So this is very exciting for me. I think this is a very unique program that you have. So for those who might not have seen you before, give a little brief background on you and Signet and what you guys do.
Great. So thank you so much for having me. Always great meeting you as well, and super excited to be here. So a little bit about us and Signet. I'm the head of channel sales for Signet. Signet basically is a true XDR platform. What we're doing today is basically consolidating a couple of solutions integrated to one automated platform with a full service. When we understand exactly what is happening in the market today, service providers have a huge challenge. In order to offer security stack for their clients, they need any type of endpoint protection, a next-gen AV, an EDR, many more deception capabilities. We grew from that space. But when we're looking about it, it doesn't end there. They need any type of log collection or SIM solution to collect the data, telemetry, from a switch, a firewall, proxy, email gateway, what have you. Now, we're in a reality that everyone is moving to the cloud, SaaS applications. Everyone is using any sort of SaaS application. Can be 365 Microsoft, can be Teams, Salesforce, HubSpot, whatever you.
Right.
And that needs to be protected. Sensitive data is existing there as well, and we offer that as part of our platform.
Which is, I want to, because that's important, because, you know, I have a lot of our data in SaaS applications, and if you read the contracts of all those cloud providers, they disclaim, they're not protecting your data.
That is
right?
correct.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't think a lot of your clients might know that. Like if, like our, you know, whether it's a CRM or if it's some sort of like, if I'm a doctor's office and I've got some sort of line of business application, they're all in the cloud, right? Yeah. And that's where the data is hosted, and that SaaS provider is not protecting it.
Yeah. First of all, we were the first vendors that launched SSPM, SaaS Security Posture Management, the ability to see and of course protect in real time any drift on configurations, vulnerability. See if you're out of compliance, maybe you are now under PCI, GDPR, HIPAA, SOC 2, NIST, what have you. And of course, in a click of a button, automatically you can now back to compliance or change any misconfiguration, threat.
Exactly. So the key here, because we were talking about, you know, what your program does, and I'll just kind of articulate the way I understand it, but we know what MSPs want. Cybersecurity's complicated. They have to have 5, 6, 7 different tools to kind of patch all the ways that vulnerabilities can come in, patch all the vulnerabilities and the way attacks can come in. And so what you're doing is basically simplifying that, giving them one tools and service, right, that will, in doing so, will simplify their operations, replace 5 to 6 tools with one tool. Yeah. And therefore save them some money. So expand on that. What part of that, you know?
So the key of that is basically automation. What we basically build is not only having that endpoint portion, the SSPM portion, and of course the log collection, but the key is having that SOAR, the security orchestration, automation, and response here. So we're all about automation today. The bad guys operate very fast. Look at ransomwares and advanced malwares. There's no time. You really need automation as a key over here. Not all the partners have 24/7 proactive SOC or MDR, which is part of the offering. But when we're looking at a ransomware, and there's great endpoint vendors out there which will detect and remediate. They're doing an awesome job. But when we're looking at it, we understand that this ransomware, it started from what? From a SaaS application. It went through the firewall, through a switch, through a router, then the endpoints that detected and remediated. Do we want that visibility way ahead on the root cause? Do we want to protect it over there? So when we're talking about a playbook, God forbid there is a ransomware, let's close that IP in the firewall. Let's now basically isolate a VLAN. Let's even disable a routing table in the router, and then we can isolate the host, block the traffic, maybe a user. The bad guys are manipulating users at an attempt to enter the network. So we can now even disable for a half a day a user in the Active Directory. We can roll back in a click of a button. It's very easy. But the remediation playbooks need to be across the board through all the platform. Taking that, we're at a reality of the pandemic. Our perimeter is our home today. We're working mainly from home. And we need that end-to-end protection.
And that's not going to change. More people are going to, they're going to continue that.
Unfortunately not. We're here at the TMT event, which is exciting.
Right.
Finally meeting people in
we're
person.
in Vegas, baby.
Yeah, of course. And it's great meeting people in person, but still, we do predict that next year, still this pandemic is going to be here. Cautious, it's not going to change that fast. People will continue working from home. I can share with you that what we're hearing, financial-wise, working remotely, some organizations are going to still work that or hybrid as well.
Absolutely, yeah.
So it's a key, and we need to protect that.
I know. I was listening to Kevin O'Leary do a presentation, Shark Tank, and he was saying in his, they predicted, he thought that maybe like 20% of people would still work from home, and he said it's as much as, I think he said 50% of the people who went home are now realizing, hey, I can work from home. So that, for every MSP out there, that creates a whole nother level of complexity. So your tools give you all this. And is there, let me ask you this, is there, does an MSP have to have a certain qualification, like a person on staff to manage this, or does your service kind of fill those gaps?
So first of all, we support all. There are MSPs and MSSPs that prefer that they have the hands-on and training, which we support end-to-end. But the biggest value is a 24/7 proactive MDR. So they don't need the team of expertise or the ad hoc. We are basically 24/7, not only giving them an alert, FYI, this is what's going on, it's proactive. By doing so, there's people that will reach out to you, your end client, will guide, assist. We won't leave you until we resolve the event together.
Gotcha.
And that's a key. And I wanted to add something very important to what you talked about, the pandemic. Unfortunately, you're having many conversations more with me, with the community. We see that their margins is going down and down. They were hit by the pandemic as well, financial-wise. We're here to bring back margins for them. They have great tools today, but let's be honest, an endpoint will cost them $1, $2 for a user monthly, and another solution a great one will cost $1.50, $2, $3. And when you ramp up 4 or 5 different,
it basically, all adds up.
Yeah, and their buying cost is high. The end client got the effect of the pandemic. Their margins are getting low. And this is basically something that is very important for vendors to bring back those high margins to the MSPs and service providers.
Yeah, and simplify operations. So that's, I think, what's most exciting is that you are helping them double their margins, and you're simplifying with one tool instead of 5 to 7 tools that you replace. Yeah. So if, guys, I would recommend you check it out. It's worth at least looking at, right? I mean, just, you always want to be looking for ways to be smarter, better, faster, because that'll give you a competitive edge as well over your competition, because if you don't have to charge as much as your competition, if you can provide that cybersecurity at a more cost-effective rate, that's going to, help you in the marketplace. So where would they go to get more information?
So first of all, they can go to our website, www.signet.com/Robin.
Okay.
And basically just register, schedule a meeting with us, 30-minute, no obligation at all. Let's see if it makes sense for you, financial-wise and technology-wise. And if not, we'll be more than happy, of course, to prove that margins and break it down to the numbers and the technology and have you as a partner.
Yeah. Last
thing that we're super excited, we announced now 2 months ago, Signet moved to 100% channel, which is a great thing for us in the market. And we'll be more than excited to have those conversations with you.
Yeah, so here, take him up on his challenge. Go to signet.com/Robin. Get all your costs of all your tech for cybersecurity, and go and sit on a consultation, look at a demo, and see if it's true that you can lower your cost and replace 5 to 6, 7 tools with one tool and double your margin at the same time. All right, well, thank you so much. Guys, again, the URL will be below the video, signet.com/Robin. Thanks.
Thank you, everyone.